name is Treylox, and I'm joined by commentators Lance and Nova.
Hello.
Lance, you here? Well, while we try to get Lance back, the topics covered today are as follows. We'll first begin by briefly talking about the legendary Vargas event and Frontier Hunter Season 5, and then a little about the 6-star units released yesterday. Afterwards, we will rank the new 5-star units. We will also be giving away gems, so be on the lookout for that. This is an interactive stream, so we would like to encourage you, the viewers, to ask questions at any time. As we go over each unit, each caster will rate the unit from 1 to 5 stars, 5 being the best, which is then recorded on the bottom left of your screen. After the ratings are finished, you will see a mutual decision made by Lance, Nova, and I as to whether you should summon as a free-to-play player. Viewers are now allowed to vote. Your vote will count as 25% of the overall vote. Voting begins when we start on the new unit discussion and ends when the discussion is finished. As an example, if you typed !vote 1, then you would have voted for that unit to be 5 stars, and we'll get that changed in a sec. Remember, once a vote is cast, it cannot be changed. So let's begin today by talking about the legendary Vargas event. Nova, do you want to take it?
Okay. So the event was originally supposed to be a week long, and when I saw that, I was like, oh, I better get it done ASAP. And I was actually streaming it the first day it came out, and I tried to run water mono team. It got wrecked. I was in an infinite loop with my healer, Elimo, and Tesla, trying to just mitigate the damage. Then I switched over to a crit team, and then I just it was really simple after that. But generally, it's the most difficult content we've ever had. Basically, if you're new, I've seen people fail on the first stage, the level 1, 20 energy, and they're running water mono teams too. And the thing is, this content is supposed to basically be the hardest content that we have. So it's not for beginners. And the sphere that you get from it is really, really OP now that I take a second look at it, because it's basically kind of 2 or 3 spheres in one. Some people don't think it's that good, but later on, it'll become really, really useful when even more difficult content comes out. So this is a real shock to most people. They die multiple times in one dungeon. They use several gems, especially on level 3, to even clear it. You do get 3 gems back, but I've seen people use upwards of 10 gems just because they want the spear, and they get really mad. So right now, it's been extended to a month. I think they're going to try to extend it indefinitely. So it's don't put pressure on yourself to finish it. Just whenever you think you're ready, with a team, either crit team or water team, to clear it. Just don't try to spend too many gems on it. That's all I have to say.
And you're talking about the 3rd level, right, of the dungeon?
Yeah, the 3rd level.
Yeah.
Because if you can't clear the 1st or 2nd level without using gems, you're not ready for the 3rd level at
all. For me, this is an event that I like just because it's really short. You fight a couple of battles. I know the battles themselves take a while, but you get rewards from it. And the thing is, you can play around with different squads or different items. So, in my opinion, everyone can benefit from this event. So, this is a type of event that I would like to see Gumi do more often. So I like it personally. Even though I haven't completed the 3rd stage yet, I like it. Lance, what do you think?
Yeah. Am I back now?
Yeah, you're here. Welcome back.
Okay, I'm back now. Okay. So I actually cleared the first try using 2 gems, And I thought that it was going to be really easy, so I just put a mono water team, and I expected to go through the first and second stage really, really easily. But it was actually harder than I thought. I won the first and second stage, but then I realized that you can't underestimate this dungeon. So I think the best way is just to build a crit team. And now you guys have like almost like a month to prepare, so you guys know what's gonna happen already. There's like so many guides out there right now that you guys can just go and watch it, and then you guys can already know what you have to bring to beat this dungeon without spending that many gems. And like Nova said, if you're spending like a lot of gems, like probably over 5 or maybe even 10 gems, that means your team's not ready yet. So those gems should be spent on leveling your units. And when your units are strong enough, then you can fight the dungeon. And you have almost like a month left. So just go and level up those units, and then you can go and try again. So that's what I have to say about it.
Okay. If you guys have any questions about the Vargas event, just feel free to ask them in chat and we'll answer it. I have seen, I think Nova and Lance, both of you have done it with crit teams, right? So
Yes. Yes.
the crit
Team,
is broken. Like I feel you bring like
the crit's
a
broken.
Zebra and a dual GX, man, like the damage is incredible. I mean, you don't even need a water team.
Yeah, you don't need a water team. I actually bring my Douglas into the dungeon, and the thing is, if Vargas hits my Douglas, then he'll die instantly in one turn. But the thing is, the enemy Vargas, he never gets a chance to kill my Douglas because I kill him in the first turn. So what you need to do is, I think right now, while we still have our broken crit, we should bring a crit team because I don't know why, but in the Ushi's video, I think the very first time I saw him try to flare, he was using like a mono water team. And maybe that's because back then they already nerfed a Zebra, so they probably nerfed him down to 450%. This is why he couldn't one shot a Vargas. Maybe this is why he brought the tanky water team. And a lot of people saw his video, and a lot of people were saying, "Oh, okay, we should do it with a tanky water team." So this is what I need to do. So a lot of people started building Tesla and getting ready for the dungeon like Ushi. But the thing is, our Zebra is still really broken with 750% damage boost. So right now for us global, since we have this like broken Zebra, everyone should try to farm a Zebra or use a Zebra and just go for that, one turn kill. And yeah, good luck everyone.
Did you guys spend any gems to actually beat the dungeon? I know Nova on your video on YouTube, you didn't spend any gems.
Yeah, that was my very first clear, and like I even screwed up a bit in it, and things could have gone better, but it was still so like that's why I was like that's so broken because I only attacked with 4 units and I was still able to one shot Vargas, and he had a lot of HP too. I think I was able to get all of my crits off. Like in the other stages, I don't think I was able to get all of my crits off, which is why like my Zebra ended up dying. But then it didn't matter because this leader skill is so broken that like it's still one shot. And I wasn't using the 6-star tiara either with an attack. It's just like there for the elemental damage, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you use 4 or 5 gems, I think it's still worth it because you get 3 gems back and you get a really cool sphere. So since we have, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, with the like Lance, I know you like cleared first time with 2 gems, but what do you think about the rewards itself, like the sphere?
The sphere, like I personally like the Zell. I like the Zell and the gems more. But the sphere, I find it, I believe it's 30% to attack and 30% HP, and then you get a BB gem every single round. And the thing is, like we're gonna be using this on harder content down the road, but I don't believe that I'm missing the defense part, So the thing is, I like my Leguan more than that gem because we don't have any defense with it. If it had defense with part of the gem, then I would like it more. But the thing is, this is more of a attack-oriented sphere. But the thing is, I wouldn't use it. I think I would use something like a Divine Stone instead of the new gem. And what like if I were to use that gem, I think I would use it on a healer.
Oh, you mean
It gives
Sphere,
the
right?
healer.
Lance?
Yeah, the new Vargas spear. I think
Okay.
I would use it on a healer just to give that healer 30% HP, and then since healers are meant to be defending, you can just use the healer to defend, and then he'll generate a BB each round. This is how I would use it. I don't know if that's the best way to use it, but I think if I were to use it, I would put it on a healer and just have that healer like guard, and then yeah, get the extra 30% HP, and then just get BB each round. So, but Divine Stones and Leguan Gems, I think I would use more if I were gonna face like a really strong enemy. So.
Yeah, so my thoughts on the Dandelga, it's an extremely way better version of Evil Shard, right? Because I was doing tests and I was told by other people that the BB gauge per turn is the same amount as an Evil Shard. So when you compare it against an Evil Shard, which I think is a really really good sphere, and then you get a bonus, it's like a bonus 30% HP and attack. And Evil Shards are already really hard to get, in my opinion. So I think like getting it out there, like I think it's a really worth sphere just because of the like it's more of like I see it as an extra like sphere bonus, the 30% attack and HP. It really helps make your team like your team's healer tankier while still giving BB refill, which is what I would use it for. Like you said, you can always guard. That always helps survivability, but that can also make your healer like whenever you want to attack with it, it helps a little bit more. You know, that extra 30%.
So right now we have viewers who is actually looking at the screen right now of our new team that we formed, Team Brave Frontier Pioneers. And yeah, and it's really cool because now we all do submit videos. We all submit really cool videos, high quality videos to our YouTube channel, and each person has like an individual thing that they're doing. Lance, you want to talk about your videos?
So I know that there's like Ushi does like a lot of video reviews, but the thing is, I love his videos and I love seeing what's coming soon. But the thing is, I can never fully watch like the entire like 15 minutes like he does it because he goes into such like little details, you know. So I can't watch the entire 15 minutes of it. So usually I skip through it. So I decided to make reviews for you guys that just have what you need to know, you know, and you can. All of them are below 4 minutes, so you guys can just watch it. And if you guys don't want to watch, you know, there's actually some voice, you know, so you can. But if you're at work and you can't have any sound, you can read along. But if you're at home and you don't feel like reading, then there's actually a really really nice female voice that will tell you what's going on, and then you'll just know all the things you have to know within that 4 or 5 minutes. So this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna try to do it for all the new units, and then maybe I'll start slowly going back into the older units. But if you guys want a review on one of the units, just let me know, and I'll move that unit to like the top of the list, and I can focus on them. So check it out. I put like a lot of work in it, so I hope you guys like it.
And Nova, you have your own playlists. What are you looking to upload, and what do viewers like? What can they like watch from you?
For me, it's more of like really interesting moments from my stream because I do stream quite a bit, and I get these like really really interesting videos usually, and sometimes I do rare summons on stream. But right now, I was just uploading my Vargas video, and I'll probably have a wider selection to choose from my own YouTube channel, and probably sift through that. Maybe further down the line, I was thinking of also including like a top five series, trying to look at like different videos because I know a lot of people upload stuff on Camcord. So I was thinking about doing a video series about that, and I'll review people's videos, and then um, later on we'll probably have like a weekly like top five for a different category, like arena battles, questing clears, Frontier Hunter, I know that's a big one. The Vargas dungeon, and lots of other stuff like Thunder Arena. I know is coming up, so you can get some crazy wins there too.
Cool. And then I'm also doing like a free-to-play perspective, which caters to free-to-play players. I think everyone who watches it will probably like learn something from it at least. So I hope you guys will check out my videos. They're all less than 2 minutes, I think. So that's how it's structured.
I just want to say that if you guys haven't seen Sherlock's video, you guys should take a look because the thing is what I lack in my review is the story. And if you look at Sherlock's his free to play perspective, you get the entire story. And Sherlock tells it in kind of like a tale, so it's like a tale, and you listen to it, and it's really entertaining. And the tale's about just like a minute long, but I really enjoyed it, and so you guys should take a look if you have the time. So yeah, that's what I want to say. So.
Thanks. Okay, so we're also doing a giveaway so that if we get like 50 viewers on Twitch today and we get 50 subscribers on YouTube, we're giving away 5 gems. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. It's right here. So it's in the chat. I wrote it out.
Oh,
so
there it is. Okay.
That.
So 5 gems at 50 viewers. Just be sure to subscribe. Keep up to date with the materials that we upload and check it out when you can. And it looks like we're also doing 5 gems at 100 viewers and another 5 gems at 125. So. Okay, so let's keep going and briefly talk about the Frontier Hunter, which was like ages ago. I don't even really remember Frontier Hunter Season 5. But let's briefly talk about it. What did you guys think?
Oh, I might as well go because I think I was one of the last. I think among us 3, I was like one of the last players to go to bed that night. I actually stayed up till like 2, 3 a.m. just playing because I was at that point, where it was really close to 3,000, but but it's not 3,000. So I think when I started playing that night, I was like I ranked 4,000. So I had to like gym myself all the way to rank 3,000, and then rank 3,000 wasn't safety enough for me. So actually, I had to gym until I was rank 2,000 just to be safe. And so I think never again am I gonna wait till the last second to start gymming. I think I'm gonna start gymming at the beginning and then just relax at the end. Gym at the beginning, and then you'll see that you're like around like 1,000 or so, and then you can just like relax, and if you need to gym, then you can just slowly gym. But what I did was I didn't gym at all, and then I waited until the end, and then I was like, oh shoot, I'm not gonna make it because I'm at rank 4,000, and then I have to gym and stay up all night until almost the point where they should turn off. So never again am I gonna do that. But I'm really I hope that they actually give us the award tomorrow because I'm getting one of the 5 million Zil reward, so I can't wait to use that and to level up my my new 6 stars. So just crossing fingers that the rewards get released soon. So, all right.
Yeah, I think you said the rewards are gonna be like released tomorrow. So
yeah,
pending
good
delays.
For me, it was an interesting like Frontier Hunter because Terminus was released and I didn't have the team to beat Terminus, so I was like, well, I got all the stuff, all the rewards that I needed from the first 3 stages. I'm really not going to. I mean, I tried Terminus and I don't think I got anything from it because my team wasn't up to par. So next Terminus, I'll have my Felneus at SBB level and look to complete that. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I was there only for the rewards for the first 3 stages. So Nova, how did you rank this time? Because I remember last time you went for Tillith and you went crazy, like staying up all night. But this time you have Tillith, you have the best rewards. I bet you completed Terminus as well. How did you do?
For me, I was also like where Lance was. I was actually under like rank 3,000 for a bit. But like towards the end of it, like crazy people went jamming, so I ended up like 3,800. Even though I probably could have gotten under rank 3000, but for me it was a lot more relaxed. When it came out, I was like surprised at how difficult my first Terminus run was. I was like, oh, I died, you know. For me, like that didn't really happen too much. It was usually the cause of bad RNG, but this time I was like, okay, I really need to get my stuff together. Really think because Terminus was set, so I thought it was a really difficult change. Even though it could get more difficult, I think it was a nice introduction just to show people how difficult the content can actually get. Don't worry if you can't finish Terminus, because I think it's really difficult to actually get the Leguan gem for most people. End is still, I guess End got a needed buff, because I think last Frontier Hunter End was just too easy. This time it had more units that could actually kill you, and there were a lot of like 1 or 2 squad units that could like wipe your entire team. But for me, it was like more of a relaxing, since I didn't have to worry about my HR, and I was able to get all of the rewards eventually.
So I guess that's the end game, guys. Once you have Tillith, you just relax, sit back, get the rewards. Don't have to. Did you
Get
spend any
free burst
gems?
frogs.
Did you spend any gems? No.
I spent like 2 or 3 when I was doing Terminus runs, because I was really stubborn about my because I recently got Zebra, so I really wanted to clear with Zebra without any of my units dying, and eventually I got it. It was like the 5th try. It was just like bad RNG. Like I kept messing up like on small things, and then I found out things like on each stage, because like it's really predictable Terminus, but like it's the same mobs, but things can still go horribly wrong if bad things happen. Like if your team doesn't crit, you just die. You're like, oh.
Yeah, I think my saving grace for this Terminus was that I knew exactly what I was gonna fight, so I knew what I had to do to get ready for the next stage. So like I wasn't that worried. But the thing is in the future, if Terminus has more mobs, more different monsters, and you get like random like monsters each round, I think that's gonna be a lot harder to prep, because you know sometimes you might get good units, but sometimes you might get like maybe like a single unit or something, or 2 units, and then you're gonna have like a really hard time. So I think in the future, if we're gonna get more and more like mobs, then I think it'll be more and more difficult to play.
Yeah, about that, I actually don't think the Frontier Hunter Terminus units change at all. It's just that their difficulty on each stage goes up. I was told crazy stories about how like units just eat your Brave Burst, and you're like, oh, what do I do now? And for me, clearing it, I found that actually bringing a Zelbin for the defense increase, along with like a balanced or protector set, actually helped you live a lot longer. I was able to, like, I know a lot of people had to guard first turn against Ilulu's group, but for me, I didn't have to do that, so I just had so much defense, it didn't even matter. And a lot of units were just hitting me for ones. I was like, oh, this is nice. Don't gotta worry about dying.
No, that's why you rated Zelvin really highly last time.
Yeah, I told you it's coming. Like all of the units are gonna get useful defense. Then everybody was like, "Oh, Zelvin's okay," and then people try him out in like Terminus, and they're like, "Oh, I live so many, so much HP left over." It's like, yeah, that's defense.
All right, so we're gonna do the 6-star unit discussion, the ones that came out yesterday. We're gonna do that near the end, and we're gonna move on right now to the 5-star units released a couple days ago. We're gonna begin today with Dia, the fire sources. So, Nova, what do you think about Dia?
Dia is one of those units that everybody wants, right? Primarily because they heard so many good things about her 6-star form. It's like a replacement for Felnius, and I know everybody loves Felnius. But the thing is, going out of order once again. We don't get 6 stars, so we only have our 5-star version. And as you can see, her Brave Burst has a random attack, and random is pretty bad in my opinion. Unless the actual power of it is strong, but even then, since it's random, it's like you can't control it, right? So Brave Bursts that are out of your control is kind of lackluster in my opinion. It's kind of like Michelle's group. How I see this group, like before they got their 6 stars and they got better, but in my opinion, I think Dia like her stats are okay for a 5-star, but she's lacking defense. Her hit count is moderate, and like a leader skill of like it's good for like rainbow teams as a leader, but that's the only use I really have for her right now. So I'm gonna give her a 2. So it's like kind of sad, but when her 6-star comes out, she'll definitely probably get a higher score from me.
Dia for me is a unit that I find very strange, released in like her 5-star form. Like, because I tend to compare to similar units like Dia or Ramna. I would pick Ramna because her stats are better and more balanced. Dia or
Yeah.
Kayena, I would pick Kayena because her Brave Burst targets everyone instead of random targets. And the funny thing is, her Super Brave Burst is actually what makes her better, but that's not released yet. So I would have given her like a 1.5, but since our rating system rounds to the nearest whole number, it'll have to be 2 stars from me.
Like for me, I think Dia is bad, but I don't think she's that bad. Like for example, I still remember a time using like a rainbow team. Like I would have to use something like a Michelle because that was the only thing I have, and so that was pretty good. Like back then when there's only 5 stars for a rainbow team, like Michelle wasn't that bad. And then for example, if you didn't like if you're a new player and you summon a TR, then yeah, you use TR as a rainbow leader, and she wasn't that bad too. And the thing is, I think Princess Dia, Dark Princess Dia, she falls into the same category. Like she's not that good yet, but she's not that bad too. Like even if you get her like early on, if you're a new player, she's not that bad. She can help you start. Clearing quests and then having like a arena team, like a rainbow arena team right away. So I think I would give her a 3-star because I know that her 6 stars is really strong, but the thing is, even if somehow you're stuck with a 5-star idea right now, she's still usable in quest and she's still usable in the arena. So that's why I would give her a 3-star.
Usable in arena, huh? How fast does her Brave Burst fill up? Do you know?
Well, right now it says that well, actually they don't have it up yet. It should be on the card. The card is actually on the bottom, but you just didn't make it big. It's on the card. So you just have to make the card bigger so we can all see it right now. Yeah.
All right, there it is. There's the card.
Yeah. We do this all ahead of time, so we don't have to memorize stuff. Oh, but that thing's blocking it now.
All right, so if you guys have any questions for Dia, let us know. Wait, Lance, you gave her a 3, right?
Yes, I gave her 3.
Wow, we are. Let's see, the votes are extremely close right now. We have 8 votes for 2 stars and 7 votes for 3 stars. So I guess we hit the nail on the head. I mean.
Yeah, that's really close.
Really close.
Exactly where. Yeah.
So the voting system goes, we vote 1 to 5 stars. 5 is the best. So we're comparing units to like 6-star units as well. And we're also comparing to units in the same element. So if you think about Dia, you can think about like Kagutsuchi, any fire unit that's out right now, Michelle.
Yeah.
And then you give them a vote. So give her a vote. So you think, well, she's great, then give her 5 stars.
Nova, can you put our team Brave Frontier Pioneers on top of the card instead of on the bottom? On top of the card, yeah. where there's like a blink spot on top.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite Dia form. What's your favorite typing, Lance?
Well, the thing is, she suffers like horribly from having a low defense. So I'm gonna go with Nova. The Guardian is their best type.
Yes.
Just because her defense is so low, like yeah. And then I think after Guardian, I would go with Anima. So that even if she has low defense, she has the HP to take the hits. So yeah, Guardian and Anima. Okay.
I vote for Guardian as well.
You already know my answer. Guardian.
All right, so Guardian is the best. And looks like viewers vote. Wait, Nova, did you vote? Okay, so
I had to break
it.
Okay, 2 stars.
Okay, Nova had to break the tie.
Because 2 stars wins by 1 vote. Okay. All right. If there's no questions for Dia, this is a very interesting batch in my opinion. Let's move on to how do you pronounce it? Lucina. Doesn't really matter. Nova. What do you think about this unit?
I remember first seeing her. She didn't look that appealing with the single target. But then when her Super Brave Burst information came out, I was like, oh, that's interesting, you know. And then I saw Ushi's video on Lucina. I'm not entirely sure because her Japanese name was Rukina, so I'm gonna probably pronounce it Lucina. She actually does have a lot of hits at 10. She's more balanced in terms of stats, and her Brave Burst is single target, which means it's better than random. Just looking at her usability, though, even though she's like the awkward type of element leader, where they inflict super effective damage to the unit they're weak against, which is Thunder, for her. I just don't think at her 5 stars she's like more useful than units like Raquel, who have more hits and who does better single target damage. And in terms of her leader skill, it's the same. Just the standard 50% attack when you have a rainbow team. I guess I'd give her a 2 because I wouldn't give her a 1.5. I'd give her a 2 because she looks like her Brave Burst does fill up quickly, but still being single target and looking at other units, like right now, she'd be like on the lower end of the pack.
Wow, but the viewers really like this unit, looks like.
Yeah.
I wonder why. I mean, if you guys think it's really good, let us know. Let us know why you think the unit's really good. Okay, Lance, what do you think?
I'm with the viewers. Like when this unit came out, the first thing I did was I made her my wallpaper. And if you guys watch my stream, when I go to my desktop, you guys can still see that she's actually still my wallpaper. So pretty biased here, but I think a lot of us we like the way she looks, and her attack animation is amazing. You know, because she just like transports and teleports. You know, and then flash teleports to flash, and she has like really high hits. And so I think that won like her looks and her attack animation. I think won like a lot of our hearts, and this is why we really like her. Right now, I think. Well, the thing is, like, it's really hard to choose her for questing because there's like so many better units out there. Even when even if we have her 6 stars, it's still really hard to choose her as a leader because there's like so many good units out there. I was talking to Nova earlier, and I've been thinking about it. You know, the thing is, I wouldn't take her for questing. Because there's like better units, like you would just frame something like a Libra, you know, or a Felnius or something like that, or a Grawl, and she's not as she doesn't provide as much utility as them, so you wouldn't use her for questing. But the thing is, and so you say maybe you can use her for for the arena, but the thing is, her Brave Burst does does like single target like Nova thing. So I thought about it, and I was like, wait, you couldn't really use her for questing, and you can't really use her for arena. So it's really hard, you know. But the thing is, I still think that even though she might not be with the top of the group, I still think that she's like if you get her, you're not, you know, you won't be like, oh, you know, this is I have like a you know such a weak character. She can't do anything. She can still do some work, but the thing is, she just won't be able to do as much work as you know the top tier units. So I think I'll probably give her. I want to give her 3, but the thing is, I want to give her 3, but the thing is, I want to give her 6-star, maybe like a 3, or like a really high 3. So I think I'm gonna give her 2.
6-star form?
I'm gonna give her a 2. Yeah.
You would give her a 6-star at her 6-star form. You would give her a 3.
Not right now, but in the future with the new units
Okay.
that we're gonna get,
Okay.
like the Ruza, like Noah said, like probably when you get her 6-star, probably like the Ruza and all of them are gonna be out.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna compare her against those units. So
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those would be coming right away, and those are
yeah.
insane. If that's all I have to
So
say about
I'll
that.
give her a 2.
It's
I'll give her a 2 right now.
This unit feels like a Reese when it first came out. I mean, or maybe worse, because in my opinion, she is like I summoned her and I got her twice, and I feel like she's gonna sit in my inventory for a very long time. Everyone's mentioned she hits single target only, and then I just think like you know Saren beats her, Carl beats her, Raiden beats her, and I feel even
Yeah.
Reese beats her. And
Yep.
Reese was released I don't know like a year ago. I don't even know. This was really long ago, and the thing is, I'm not comparing aesthetics. Like, if I was comparing like her animation, okay, yeah, like 6 stars, right, everyone? But no,
Yeah.
no, we're not doing that. So, she's not usable. Like, if you want to use her, Metal Parade. That's the only thing. Like, oh,
Yeah,
cool
Metal
animation
Parade, there we
there.
Rainbow. Like if you couldn't afford to have like the right like team with high hit count, you can form like a rainbow team and do Metal Parade with a rainbow team.
Exactly. I'm
Yeah.
like, you want to see her in action? Yeah, okay, Metal Parade. But that's
Yeah,
about all the uses
10
I
hits.
can see. Nothing about Lucina impresses me, not her stats nor her skills. So, in my opinion, she lands solidly between 1 to 2 stars. So, I will give her a 2. Okay. Would you use her for boss killing when you have a crit team?
The thing is,
Um,
the thing with faster filling Brave Burst is they don't do as much damage, and by the time you get to a boss fight, like you could probably either you normal attack through the stage, or you're just trying to keep your Brave Burst up until you get there. But the majority of the time, you don't really have to worry about like smaller mobs. Like even if when you run a crit team, you'd rather have multi-target so you can keep AoE going. But like disregarding that, just like one-on-one, I just don't think the damage output from Lucina would be high, given her fast Brave Burst. So I wouldn't. I guess the only reason I'd bring it is for the elemental change. If I don't have like Zeldin, so but I have a Zeldin, so I'd rather bring that.
The earth element, yeah. And also, like you know, can you get to the boss with Lucina? That's another question.
About her typing, this is one of the few units that I'd actually prefer Oracle over like Anima, just because I think when you just get straight down to it, 200 or 300 HP in exchange for 200 or 300 recovery when the recovery is really low is better. But obviously for me I'd take Guardian first, but then I'd put Oracle second actually.
I think
yeah.
For me, I would take a Lord because I like where her attack and defense is right now. Like maybe, you know, like even her defense is like so high. It's like 1920.
Yeah, it's like balanced on.
Yeah, she's really balanced right now. So, but the thing is, her recovery is like on the low side. So you wouldn't want an Anima. This is one of the few times like you don't want Anima. So, yeah, it's probably like like Nova said, maybe like a Guardian. But the thing is, Lord is really nice, and I don't like Lord. Like I get like so many Lords. Like probably like half of my units are Lord. But the thing is, for Lucina, I would probably be fine for Lord and be happy. Like this character, my brother, my younger brother, he just started playing like last week, and he bought some gems and he summoned and he got like at least 2 of each of these units, you know. And the only unit he didn't get was Lucina, and like I was like, she's not that good, and he's like, I don't care, I'm gonna keep summoning for her, and he's still trying to summon Lucina. So, yeah, but yeah, I'm done.
So the viewers actually vote for 4 stars, and in my opinion, whenever there's more than a 1-point discrepancy between our vote or any one of our votes, it's, I guess, pretty questionable. But I guess
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the viewers, so we can't argue with
Yeah.
we
them.
can't argue.
Yeah.
We could
The average
probably
would,
try.
yeah, the average would I think the average would be fine. Like, yeah, it wouldn't be that high or low. So
All right, so viewers vote 4 stars. Okay.
Like, just to address that, I know last time we had a battle between Lance and
you still remember
Treylox
that?
on Melchio.
Don't remind
So
me.
I guess it's my turn to argue against the chat for this unit. So basically for me, like I'd put this category under the one of the units that you just want to collect, and that's the reason why you want to have her. In terms of actually analyzing the unit, you guys are just like, oh, we don't care about like Brave First, throw that out. Oh, stats, throw that out. It just looks so good, and her attack is so boss. You know, like for me, I understand where that's coming from, but in terms of practicality, you just gotta like tone it down. Like just think with your head and go like, if I was like using like if I had to choose between like Raquel and Lucina in an actual like 1v1, like they're 5 stars, right? Compare their 5 stars. With Raquel, you got more hits. Her stats are kind of worse on the defense side, but she's really meant for like boss killing with her Brave Burst. Like it gives like status effects. Whereas Lucina just changes elements, so she's more of like an elemental leader. And the thing with elemental leaders is that when you compare this elemental leader set to the one we have right now, which is like Michelle and Melchio, I'd say 100% of the time go with that set more, because it makes a lot more sense in the way it works. Like you just give the element that you have to your team, and you also get like a buff. And all those buffs are really useful. Except for like Tiara's buff, but even Tiara is really useful now because a lot of people have been using her for the Vargas dungeon. Whereas like if you bring like a Lucina into a similar dungeon, like you bring her to a Thunder dungeon, she's gonna die, like just straight up die. Just think about that.
Can't take her to a Thunder dungeon, no way.
Yep.
Okay, so let's move on to Darvan. Darvan, the dwarf? Is he a dwarf? No, he isn't. No, he's the
No,
Lucina.
he's giant.
He's actually really fat. Like all that armor.
All right, Lance, why don't you take it away with Darvan?
Darvan, like I don't really play the Japanese Brave Printer often, but on my account, I think this guy was probably like my second summon when I started playing, and I actually really enjoyed using him. His hit count is pretty low. That's the only thing like I noticed when I first started using him. Was wow, this guy's hit count is like pretty low. But the thing is, he seems pretty strong, and I've seen actually Ushi's video review where he hits really hard too, even though like that's a 6-star. But this guy, even though he has low hit counts, he hits really hard. But unfortunately, this guy is gonna be like another rainbow leader, and I just don't think I just don't think he's that good. Like he's good at his 5-star because he only has a Brave Burst that is AOE. But the thing is, when he gets the Super Brave Burst, he's gonna his Super Brave Burst is gonna be a single target. But the thing is, it's gonna paralyze an injury and it's gonna hit really hard. So I'm like, okay, Super Brave Burst, hard hitting skill, paralyze injury. This guy seems like he's gonna be like a good boss killer when he gets 6-star. But let's see when he gets his 6-star, see how good he does. But right now, I wouldn't use him. There's like, especially when all our rainbow leaders they just got their 6 stars. Like this guy, he can't even come close to like 6-star Michelle, 6-star Loden, even 6-star Tiara. You know, like you would use 6-star Tiara over him, and I would give 6-star Tiara probably like a 3 or 4-star. You know, so if I'm getting 6-star Tiara at 3 or 4-star, then this guy has to get a 2-star, and I'm giving him a 2-star.
2? Okay. So for those of you who've been to my stream, I had up these like I ranked the Earth units, like all the units, but I ranked the Earth units, and Darvan at the time was like ranked number 5 or something. But I was ranking him at his 6-star form because I thought he was like, he's gonna come out 6 stars. But now that he's had a 5-star form, he landed himself smack dab next to Bailey and Paula in the number 15th spot. And much of what I said about Lucina goes for Darvan as well. He's single target, blah, 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 right? Darvan looks like a tank, but hits and defends like a wimp at 5 stars. So he's going to get 2 stars from me. Nova?
Wow, you guys are being harsh on Darvan with all his armor. I really like how he looks. He looks like he's really meant to be like a tank, even though his stats don't really reflect that in the best way, I think. He's like same attack and defense, and he's kind of like Lucina in a sense, except his Brave Burst is AoE. And one thing I noticed was that he gave that water element, and it was AoE. So looking at that, even though he has low hit counts, he feels more usable in my opinion than like other units in this set with like random or single target damage. Right? So you guys were talking about a 6-star form. I think having a Brave Burst that's AoE can get you through like questing, and then when you get to the boss, you super Brave Burst it, and then you kill it really quickly. So for me, at his 5-star. Since he gives water element, which I know a lot of people don't like to use Tiara for multiple reasons, I think it's actually a better version of bringing like a water element addition to your team. So for that and the fact that it's AoE, his stats aren't great, but 5-star, like, you gotta deal with it. So I'm actually gonna give him a 3-star.
Yeah, a lot of people were asking me because I uploaded a Vargas like walkthrough, and a lot of people were like, "What if I don't have Tiara? Like, what should I use? Besides Tiara?" And I was thinking, and like, Darvan, because Darvan has the water buff. So yeah, if you don't have Tiara,
he still attacks.
Or Vargas, she's a Darvan. Yeah.
So we have a question from Draython. He asks, "I have a Darvan in the Japanese Brave Frontier. Would you recommend him for questing?" It also depends on if it's 5-star or 6-star. Let's say he's 6 stars. Would you guys recommend him for questing?
Like
for me, I actually would.
Like I don't think I would because I don't think I would for questing because I think Japan's having like a special event like really soon where they give you like 10 gems a day, every day for playing. I think that's the anniversary or something like that event where they give away like 10 gems every single day for no that's the what is it, the 5 million or something like that event, and they give you 10 gems every single day for playing. So I'm pretty sure if you have like a Japanese account, you're gonna be loaded with gems and you're gonna summon something better than Darvan.
They're giving away 10 gems every day?
Yeah, like 10 gems.
What is this?
Every day.
I need to make my Japanese account now.
yeah. I can actually bring that up right now, but they're doing like a 4 million player celebration or something, and they give you like 10 gems every single day for like 10 days or something like that. So, yeah, 4 million player celebration. Yeah.
I wonder what Gumi's gonna do when we get 4 million.
We actually
we're
passed
at
that.
10 million.
10 million. Yeah.
10 million? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Wait, but we haven't gotten any event similar to this. We get 1 gem a day.
We get 1 gem a day for 10 days, and Japan gets 10 gems a day. Yeah, and 2 burst frogs and 2 imps each day.
It's over.
Yeah.
I'm moving to Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna open a Japan account like tomorrow or today when the events open up.
All right, let me know.
August.
Let me know.
Yeah.
I'll create another account as well.
Yeah, that's
Well, the
why
thing is with
I would
that
use Darvan.
is is Japan is a different region, and when you think about 4 million downloads in like Japan, that's like a lot. So I'm thinking like Holland is being a lot more free because I don't know how like the Japanese version actually is in Japan because I know how it is. I with my friends, they're just like, oh, we get free stuff, but nobody really knows why. But as far as Darwin goes, I would actually bring him for questing just because um, of how his like mechanics work. Because he gives elemental buff. He does a decent AOE attack, right? With his regular Brave Burst, and then, like I said before, his Super Brave Burst, you can actually use that for boss killing. Because it's single target and it does a lot more damage. So I actually would bring it along. As far as other units go, like in Japan, obviously you'll have better stuff, but I'd still think he's okay for questing wise. If you need that water element, because I still wouldn't bring Tiara. Like I just wouldn't. I
One
just
year
don't like the heal over time, and her stats are just like I don't like it. Plus,
metal
Darvin looks better.
metal keys for everyone at Gumi's 1 year anniversary. Sounds actually kind of something they would do.
Jewel
My tier
keys,
actually
please.
has
Oh, jewel keys.
my tier
Jewel
has
keys.
super.
Sorry,
My
go
tier
ahead.
has like Super Bravers 8 right now, and the reason why I'm moving her Super Bravers so high is because I want to bring it like a free team to fight Vargas in the win. So I'm hoping to bring maybe like double mirrors, and then maybe a Tiara and then Therans or something like that. So yeah, I'm making a free team to beat Vargas though.
Okay, so
Yeah,
That sounds
SBB 8.
viewers vote 3 stars.
yeah, viewers.
Well done. All right, so next we're going to move on to the next unit, Lightning Unit Bran. This is the guy that looks like a dwarf, right? He looks. I don't know what he looks like. Okay, take it away, Lance. What do you think about Bran?
Bronze is actually one of those units like Nova said that has like the DB AoE. So I think if Nova gives Darvin like 3, Nova should give him like 3 too because he has AoE first skill. His BB is AoE, so that would make sense. But Darvin, like I don't really care about him at first, but now I'm starting to pay more attention to him because of the Thunder Showdown that's coming up, and so I'm thinking that you know the thing is we don't have a lot of like high hit counts Thunder units, and this guy he's not that bad, he's not that bad. So if I had him, I think I would use him because his hit count is it's not the best, it's not that bad too. So like this guy, I just don't see myself using him right now because there's like no water content for us to fight yet. So because we don't have any water content right now, I don't think I'm gonna use him. So and when you compare this guy to this guy's Rainbow and he's Thunder, so you automatically have to compare him to Loden, and you just think right now like how would this guy at 2-star compare to Loden at 6-star, and then Loden just like blows this guy away, like you can't even like compare them side by side.
Cannot.
Just for me, I think this guy he deserves a 2 stars. I think he deserves 2 stars.
Okay, Nova.
For me, 7 hit counts on a Thunder really high. Just looking at the general hits, like I think the highest we have is 10, and that's Amelia and her Brave Burst, and is only a single target. So for the upcoming Thunder event, I actually probably think about using Braun if I were to do like a BB spam team. Because one of the things I was looking at was you'd still have a Loden on that team, and if his Brave Burst goes off, he'll actually get Battle Crystal Fill on your other units. So I'm thinking you still need AoE, and he has AoE because I know a lot of the Thunder units are like single target and have really low hits, so they actually do need BB gauge refill. So again, he's AoE, so I would give him a 3. Other than that, though, he's like out of this set at their 5-star forms. I think Bran and Darvan are the only ones that are actually usable for people, because AoE is still AoE, and you get like a bonus like elemental attack with it. So it's not too bad, but like we just have so much better stuff that like units without 6 stars don't really thrive at all. Especially in like when all this new difficult stuff comes out. So I guess if you got a Bran, you just have to wait until the 6-star comes, because I think when they get their 6 stars, they'll be a lot more usable, and then you can actually start comparing them with the units that are out.
So what'd you give him, Nova?
3.
So when I first saw this unit, I thought he was a healer. I mean, he's a dwarf. I'm like, what is he doing? He's a healer, but he's not. If you glance at his skills, it looks pretty good, because at his 5-star form, he does more hits than a 6-star lock. So the question really goes, like, do you need him in your party? And the answer is not really. He seems to be similar to a 5-star Michelle. They both happen to give attack boosts to a Rainbow Squad and give fire elements to allies. But because Michelle's 6-star form is out, and when Bronze 6-star is going to be released, it's going to be like weaker to other 6-star lightning units. I'm giving him 2 stars right now. The thing is, if Bronze 6-star form was released today, he would probably have gotten 5 stars from me. And this is just to show you guys like how timing makes such a huge difference in these rankings. So 2 stars for me.
Yeah, in terms of timing, right? If you guys were here for the last last unit review we did, which was Melchio and SGX's set, I actually gave like all of those units 5 stars, and except for Tiara, which got 3 stars. But I probably give her 4 stars now since Vargas is out, and she's a lot more. Just because of that, she's a lot more useful. So like timing wise, like a lot of people didn't see why I gave him 5 stars, but after like Terminus came out, after like Vargas Dungeon came out, like timing wise, like that's what I was predicting was coming. So I predicted it correctly, I guess, and now I guess you guys should agree like these units are really like OP and broken compared to the stuff we have 6-star wise, because team power, like elemental like giving an elemental attack to your team isn't actually that bad. It's still pretty good. It's just that
on the situation,
we already have those.
Yeah, it really depends on the situation of those elemental buffs. Like if you think about like getting defense buffs, like you can use that anywhere almost. But elemental, you cannot use them in every single dungeon. I mean, it might not help. So what are the viewers? How many votes do we have right now? Can you guys see how many votes we have?
5 for 5 stars.
Okay, I thought that was a glitch on my part. Okay, I thought I forgot to reset, but okay. Looks like Bran got
like really close with like 4 stars and 3 stars as well.
So Bran got 5 stars in his 5-star form.
I'm really confused. I need to have a talk with chat again. Okay, guys. You guys, like, I don't even understand why you're giving him such a high score anymore. Like, looks-wise, he's just like another old man. Like, comparing old man status,
so you can't have the same.
You have Gra, right? So if you compare Gra to Bran, Gra like would kill Bran like 25 times before he can even get his book out, like react. And like looking at his stats, I think he does have like really high base stats for his 5-star form, but I just don't see why you guys are giving. Like, I'm just gonna assume those votes, the votes for his 5-star, were actually meant to be like for like 2-star or something. So I'm just gonna assume that, but apparently 5-star wins. Like I'm at a loss for words to even like trying to comprehend like how could that be a 5-star unit compared to like 5-star units that I would give right now. Like for Thunder, like let's say compare him to Locke. Like how is that better than a Locke? You know. So
Yeah, actually,
I'm really confused.
Sobo's correcting me. Actually, he doesn't do more attacks than Locke, so I was incorrect, and you're right. So yeah, how could he be any better than a Locke? Um, like, there's so many better. Like, there's Elsel, Locke, Lun, Amelia,
Rena,
Rena.
and the signature, like what really makes Thunder units really good is I think their paralysis aspect, and like Bran doesn't give paralysis, like he gives the fire element, which is okay in my opinion. Uh, only 2 units that give fire element, so he's kind of special in that sense. But like I still value like paralysis over that. I think.
Okay, so for Braun, viewers vote 5 stars.
I think that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, average.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So we're gonna move on to the much anticipated Themis.
Why don't you go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is your girl.
Yeah, you need to go first for this.
So Themis. For those of you who missed it, I summoned 13 times on my stream. I rarely use gems, but I summoned 13 times for the sole purpose of one Themis. I ended up getting 0. Meanwhile, there was this person, my friend, Loki. He was on stream with me, and we were streaming his screen, and he had 15 gems. He summoned 3 times, and he got 2 Themises, and this was right after I summoned and got 0. So I was very, very sad that day. I think I was crying at that night, but anyhow, I'm just like asking Gumi or Nova for gems. Anyhow, Themis, right? In my opinion, Themis is the best unit in this batch, and the reason why is because she is a healer who gives Dark Element. So first of all, she's a healer. She's a light unit, a healer. So that's the first of its kind. And then I can also think like Miracle Totem runs. Like she's very good there. I would give her 5 stars purely because of her like adorable look, but objectively, in her 5-star form, I'm giving her 3 stars. Okay, Lance.
Okay. I don't know. Because the thing is, when you say healer, like when I look at this and I look at her, and then I see her skill, it says healer. So when it says healer, I automatically like put her against like all the healers that we have now. And the thing is, all the healers we have now are pretty really strong. So the first healer we think of is Elmo, and no one has been able to touch Elmo yet. You know, Tilip is close, but if you're just talking about pure healing, like even Tilip can't even like beat Elmo if it's just like just pure healing, you know. So the thing is, she's gonna be compared. She's gonna be compared to Elmo, Tilip, you know, the tree. And the thing is, I just don't think that she can be like as good as them. Even when she gets her 6-star, I don't think that she's gonna fall into that rank, or you're gonna want to bring her. I think that if you have like a Tilip, then you would use the Tilip over her. But the thing is, I know that light healers are pretty rare. Like we don't have that many powerful light healers, and if Tilip wasn't out, that Themis is gonna be like one of like I would actually get like rate her higher because it's so hard to find like really good light healers. So I would actually rate her higher. But the thing is, we have the Tillis now. So if I think how most people think that if I'm like the average player, it's gonna take me a long time to get rank 21. So maybe like Tillis might not even be in my, you know, like might not even be in my team like that soon. So maybe I'll like favor Themis more if I have like for some reason I have like a monolite team. But the thing is, I actually have access to all the healers, and I don't have Tillis, but I have like Noah's Tillis when I want to use the Tillis. So I think I don't think she's a good healer. Like if we're judging her based on her looks, and then yeah, maybe I'll give her like 1 or 2 points higher. But the thing is, if I judge her for being like a healer, I don't think that she can be as good as the other healers, even with her a 6-star. So I'm gonna give her a 2-star, and I just don't like the thing is I really hope that her 6-star is gonna bring like a lot more utility to her, but the thing is it's not. So she's gonna get like recovery plus at SBB, and I don't think that it's worth it. Just to get her to 6-star, and then the only thing you get is a SBB is a recovery plus. So I'm gonna give her 2-star.
That's rough. 2 stars. Okay.
Yeah.
But Themis. Okay. Nova. I hope you're gonna give it more than a 2-star.
So we might have a discussion after this as well. So I'm looking at all of the units we have right now that you can rare summon, and looking at the units that are healers, you can literally count them like on your hand, basically. 5 healers that you really want, which are burst healers, Rashiel, Elimo, Lancia, Tree, and Themis, and then you have the other 2, which is Phoenix and Tiara. Tiara's all coming up because of the Vargas, so you really don't want to get like Phoenix, right? So basically, there's only 6 units in the game from Rare Summon that can actually heal. Because of that, I'm definitely going to place Themis a lot higher pedestal. Another thing you guys are forgetting about is Maxwell fight. And the Maxwell fight, basically, you're gonna need either the Dark edition for Themis, because if you try to bring in dark units, those will die. They'll just straight up die. So in this sense, like units that are light and dark that give the opposite element, which means that your mono light team can beat another mono light team. And looking to the future, like in a battle in like Vortex Arena, like because they're probably going to release every element, like I can actually see a Themis like wrecking being the leader, or like not the leader, like the healer for the team, as well as like the elemental buff giver. So in that sense, like she's good for that arena. She's good for Maxwell. She's a healer. Looking at her stats though, you definitely want her as Guardian because her defense does need a buff. But like based on all of that stuff, like for me, like I'm gonna give her a 4 stars because it's a healer. Her utility is pretty good with the elemental buff as well, because adding dark means that all of your units, no matter what, will hit for neutral on everything as well. And she's a healer. Did I mention she's a healer? She's a healer. And you can't find too many healers.
So how many stars are you giving her?
4. Like 4.
I just want to say something about Themis and healers right now. The thing is, the current meta right now, no one uses healer. And if you talk about right now, no one uses a healer. Like if you have a choice of getting any units that you want to build, people will just bring like crit teams right now, or teams that don't even have like a healer in there. And so you're talking about 1 month from now. You don't know Maxwell's gonna be here in like a month, but right now, or next week to the second week, the thing is we're not even using any healers. And so if you're saying like healers are OP, that means that you whenever you level, whenever you quest, whenever you do Vortex, you bring a healer with you. Whenever you do Frontier Hunter, you bring a healer with you. But the thing is, we don't even use healers right now in our current meta.
Yeah,
and within the next week, 2 weeks, we don't use a healer.
I'm looking at this from like okay, like let's say you're like you don't have like access to every unit, right? Like on average, like if you were like middle of the pack, lower of the pack, and high of the pack, right? If you're obviously at the top tier, you don't really necessarily need a Themis at all, because basically you just have stuff that can clear everything. And if you do need a healer and you have access to better healers, you use them. But the majority of people do need healers. So like just think about not having a healer at all, and you have a healer, and you get Themis. On average, I'd say that's really good for a pull, because like you can count on your hands like how many healers you can get, and comparing that to units that can attack, units that give buffs, There's just really, really small amount of them, and not everybody can like even me. Like I couldn't clear stuff before without a healer, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of content in the next month that you actually do need a healer for anyway. So that's just my thought on it. Cause like sure we can clear Terminus without a healer, but you need a really, really specific setup, and not everybody has those specific setups either. So like obviously like for me, like if I was using it, I just give her like a 2 because I don't really need to use her. But like when
Yeah.
I'm thinking about other people, like if I got a Themis, like in terms of usefulness, I'd actually see her as really useful.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you think about other people, like the thing is, you're supposed to give your score, and you're the type of person who has access to everything. So if you're thinking about other people, that means that, for example, Darvan and Lucina and Dia, if you're a free player, then Dia, Lucina, those are going to be really, really good units if you're a free player. So that's what you gotta think about too. So that's all I want to say.
Yeah, but then is getting like I know you rated Dia 3, right? So what makes Dia better? A random attacking unit, which is like really bad compared to a healer, and you gave Themis a 2, which like for me it doesn't make any sense because like I believe like all healers at minimum should get 3 because no matter how you look at it, on average, I'd say a lot of people would need a healer at some point. Even though a lot of the like really high level players can probably clear stuff without healers, I just think that healers are necessary. And if you pull one, then it's really good.
Yeah, but maybe in like a month or so with raids or something like that. But right now, the meta is kill things before they can hurt you. So, like when I'm thinking about that, I'm just thinking, I don't need a healer, and if I really needed a healer, there's always LMO. So, all right,
Okay.
Sherlock.
All right. So the viewers vote a commanding 5 stars.
Power of
And
healer.
leads me to question, like, you think she's as good as Tillith or Cephia? But okay. We're gonna move on to the last unit. Eric, the magician. No, he's not a magician, is he? No,
he's like a
he's a
guitar
musician.
player.
That's what he is.
Yeah,
He holds like a guitar.
he's a
or something.
guitar.
All right, so Eric, Nova, take it away.
This is the only rare summon unit. When I looked at it, I was like, the art looks pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like, a guy with a guitar doesn't sound very menacing or helpful at all. And then looking at his BB skill, it's another random. Um, it's like not good. The only thing I'd use him for basically is if I need a light elemental buff. That's it. Looking at his hits for a dark unit, 6 is pretty bad. It's on the low end. His stats are like even distribution, but like to me, he just looks like even in his 6-star form and like looking to the future, he looks like a dark Ziz to me, right? So in terms of usefulness, like I don't see it at all. Sure, his elemental buff is nice, but like to be quite honest with you, like this is one of the units that I really question, like Gumi releasing for rare summon because it's still random. And the thing is, if it's random, you have to like make it not random on 6-star form. And looking at his 6-star form, it's still random. So knowing that, like I can't give him anything higher than like 2. If I had to rate him, like honestly, if we could go down to 1, and we didn't have like all of those mob units, I would give him a 1. And it's like it's more of like a gut and like a hate thing for Ziz because I know that he'll like never like graduate from like that level. It's just so bad. It's 2. It's like a 2 because I can't go any lower than a 2.
Okay. Well, I agree with you, Nova. So I'm not too sure what happened this batch. Like Nova said, this is another unit with random Brave Burst attacks. And what's hidden behind the terrible Brave Burst is a Super Brave Burst, which is also random target. Now, I can see people using him in his 5-star form if they don't have a Gra friend, because he's able to give like some sort of dark element or something, light element to
Like,
everyone.
yeah.
But then again, it's pretty darn easy to get a Gra friend. If Gra was not a unit, Eric would probably get 3 stars, maybe. But unfortunately, Gra is the #1 dark unit, and so Eric plummets to being one of the worst dark units in the game. Now, I was going to vote for him to be 1 star, but then I was convinced by my fellow casters that 1 star, there's like terrible units out there like Light Unit Hate or Ziz or other units, so I guess I'm going to give him a 2, but I was really wanting to give him a 1. And Lance, what do you think of this great looking unit? I mean, do you think he's great looking?
I think he looks pretty decent.
Okay.
I think when he was first announced, a lot of people were curious about him, like, whoa, this guy has a guitar. Yeah, but just like Noah said, that he hits random, and when he gets his superior burst, it's gonna be random again. So the thing is, this guy is better than Skeleton, so we have to give him at least a 2 because we can't give him a 1. So we're gonna have to give him at least a 2.
Oh, Skeleton. That's
So
right.
yeah, but the thing is, the reason why we hate this is because he hits random, and the reason why people threw putting Douglas away is because he was hitting random and they didn't know that his 6-star is gonna hit AOE. So this guy he's hitting random again. So we're gonna have to give him a 2-star, just because he hits random, but he's not as bad as the like Skeletons. So yeah.
Okay, so we have any questions?
But the thing is,
yeah, go ahead.
I have a comment to make. There's like a lot of comments that says like I don't know why like this batch is so bad at what the Gumi do, But the thing is, if you actually pay attention to when the Japanese units are released, the reviews for this batch is actually really really positive. Like if you just go watch Ushi's reviews when they get like these new 6-stars, like brand new. If you watch like the most recent comments, they're all like really really high, really really positive. Even for Eric, even like especially for Dia, like the reviews are actually really really high. But the reason why we and a lot of people say this batch is horrible is because we can see the future. We know that there's going to be units coming out near future that's going to be even stronger. But if you were in Japan and you didn't know what was coming next, and you got this unit, you'd be like, oh my god, yes, I can use Dia instead of Floden. I can use Dia instead of Themis, And so these units were actually pretty good when they came out because Japan didn't know what they were getting, but now we know what Japan's getting, so we can say that these are bad. But yeah, that's why they're bad. But before they were good. So
they got their 6-star form as well. They didn't get a 5-star. They went straight to 6 stars.
Yeah, there was a 6-star. Yeah, one straight 6-star.
So
yeah,
that's another reason. Like if we got 6 stars today, these ratings would not look like this.
Yeah.
We got a question from Drathon. I summoned Lord Eric quite a while ago. Should I go cry under my bed sheets? He's completely free to play.
Oh, the pain. Yes. Like the chance. Okay, so the chances of you pulling Eric is like the same chances of you pulling Aziz right now. I feel like so. Because the rates aren't actually up for Eric anymore, I believe. He was released like the first half. So if you got him and you pulled him recently, like if you got him during the rates up event, for him, I wouldn't say like you should cry because like you're trying to like pull a Dia or pull like Bran. But if you did recently, yeah, you should cry because it's like really bad. And I could try to soften the blow, but just like straight up, it's bad. Like there's no getting around that fact. Just bad.
Like I mean, if you're like a new player, I know you're not a new player, but if you're a new player and you're like level 10 and you get then it's not that bad because you probably have like a whole bunch of rainbow units, that you can form a rainbow team, just get the 50% boost. But the thing is, if you're like in like mid game or at the end and you get Eric, he's totally unusable, because you have access to so many better units. But if you're a beginning player, it's bad, but he's still usable until you get like near mid game. So yeah.
Why does everyone hate on Eric? I think Sunk, you gave him a 5-star, I think, and it's random. All right, his Brave Burst and his Super Brave Burst are random attacks, which basically means that he basically has no potential to move up in rankings once his 6-star comes out. So that's why he's not getting any higher.
Yeah, and if we could actually use his form, 5-star, and actually like compare like the damage on his Brave Burst, like I know we can't do that yet because number one, I don't have an Eric, and if I did get him, I would level him up. But like I watched Ushi's video and like he did like damage comparison. Wise, like in arena, like Eric didn't do anything, whereas like Dia, when she attacked, like she killed like everything when she brave bursted. So like I'm really confused as to how Eric would even be useful. Like I'm just trying to think of a use for him, and the only use that I can think of is adding the light element, and that is it. Like I can't and I'm stretching like my brain to figure out like other uses for him, but like Ziz, like he's like one step lower than Eric is that he doesn't have any use at all. So that's why it's like a comparison, because it's rare to see like a rare summon unit this late in the game with random that stays random, and it has like no actual use. So that's why we're giving it just straight 2s.
Yeah, and this guy, like when he gets his 6-star, he's like he's like a bad version of Themis. If you have Themis, and if you don't have Themis and you have Eric, he's actually like a bad version of Themis, and then you can because he gives you a BB fill each turn and small battle crystal plus, so he's actually like a very poor man's Themis. So yeah, I guess we can use it for that, but yeah, only if you have no other choice.
Well, Sunk is going to use Eric, and he's going to fight Maxwell with him, so that's cool.
Yeah, and I'm seeing the comments that are saying that random is like better in terms of like 1v1. But the thing is, you won't always fight like just one boss. Like I can see different scenarios, especially in raid, where you're fighting like you want to kill a certain thing, and so I'd rather have the control of single target. And single target still does a lot of damage, and I just feel like random is like uncontrollable. A lot of people who would get to the point where if they could choose between AoE versus random versus single target, I feel like a lot of people would rather choose the AoE first, then the single target, and then the random last.
Yeah, like just like Nova said, a lot of single target attacks, they actually have like their damage modifier are actually really really high, like the multiplier. So it'll say something like a powerful attack or something like that. So single targets will actually hit harder. So
okay, so viewers vote 2 stars.
Yeah, luckily it didn't surprise us on that. Like if I did, I would have just left. Like I was just straight up left.
So
like, I can't. There's no saving you guys.
So Sunk, like he said, he was gonna fight like Maxwell with Eric, which I find very interesting. Like if he actually beats him, Maxwell with an Eric in his squad. Lance, I think we have a section on our YouTube called like group collaborations or something like that. Can you explain to the viewers what that is?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can explain it.
I don't think I've seen it yet. So.
Okay. So there's a section dedicated so that for those viewers like who have like interesting videos of them beating a certain boss or interesting summons, submit it our way. Just let us know when we stream, and like we will put it on our YouTube channel so that everyone can see. So yeah, that's what it is. So anyone can submit their videos to us. Because I think that's really interesting, like using Eric and beating Maxwell. That's really cool. Okay, so let's move on to Is Bran any good? Let's just give a yes or no and why. Is Bran any good? Because
Right now,
yeah,
probably no.
Tarthar Noir. No for me because there are way better units such as Locke, Rena, Elsel.
Yeah, like 3 stars, like it's like right in the middle. But the thing is, we're doing basically 2 to 5 stars. So I'd say 4 stars and up is better than 3 stars. So you need to like have an average of 4 stars to be like I guess consensus wise like good. And then 5 stars like really really good. Like that's like the highest you can get. And 2 stars is like the worst you can get. So
Okay, briefly we will now talk about the new 6-star units. Those 6-star units are Luberdine. We got a Kagutsuchi, and what's the last one?
Bordebegia. It's actually called Bordebegia, I think, for a
Borda.
6-star.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
it's
should
like
call him-
Leoron, Bordebegia, and what's the last unit?
Gravion.
Okay, Gravion.
Gravion.
The golem. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of
Like
this?
the names are really interesting. Number one, that's the first thing I want to say because it sounds like really like mythical. Where they did the names for this set. Like I really personally like the non-humanoid sets better than the humanoid ones because there's so many humanoid ones. So whenever I see like a non-humanoid set, especially this set, comparing it to like the Felnius set where like Felnius is the only good one. Like all of these units are pretty good in like the one aspect they really excel at. In terms of these 3 units, especially, I think like Leoron is more of like the Brave Burst spam damage and Battle Crystal. Like his main thing is like infinite Brave Burst based on sparking, whereas I guess Bordebegia is more of the like you don't get as many sparks, but you still want like a Felnius kind of leader skill. And then Gravion's probably the worst of this set, but he's not too bad in the sense that even though his like Brave Burst takes forever, I'm pretty sure if you like level his BB and his Super Brave Burst and you use it, it'll like one shot everything without even getting a buff. Like, because I've used him in my crit team and like BB1, Great Golem, like just straight up damage wise, like it does more damage than like my Zebra at BB10. It's like what? Even though it takes a long time, like he's really good at just like wiping like everything in like one turn.
So Kagutsuchi or Bordebegia is number 1 on my fire list. He like his stats are just incredible. I think, and his Brave Burst and Super Brave Burst does like a AOE combo, some sort of like a lot of hits. So I prefer Bordebegia. With Leoron, he's another really solid unit in my opinion. Like he has a lot of uses. Like he buffs your entire team, and then your team's able to survive, and that's all good, right? But there is like 6-star Michelle out, which basically does similar stuff to what he does. So it's a toss-up, if you have a Luberdine. Yeah.
Well, to argue with you on that, does Michelle give you like a 60-70% defense and recovery buff?
No, it does not. It does not. Yeah. But Michelle does give a better attack.
Yeah, but it depends on your team. I just really think it depends on your team.
Yeah, it depends on your team. So I'm just saying it's a toss. Like you can use either, and it'll be good. So I mean, Leoron is pretty viable right now. And then Golem, I really don't like Golem because there's only one typing that's good for him. I think that's Oracle.
Yeah.
And for you to summon an Oracle Golem, it takes quite a bit of concentration because I summon an Anima and then I fuse it away. Yeah, that's my analysis for those 3 units. Lance, what do you think?
I'm just gonna call them I still call him Centaur, so I'm just gonna call him 6-star Centaur. I actually have 3 Centaurs, and one of them is actually Max, and I'm still deciding if I want to evolve him or not, because right now it's not really appealing. Like he gets the crit chance plus for 2 turns and the spark damage plus, But the thing is, like Douglas and my dual GX is already doing that for me. And the thing is, I don't need the huge battle crystal field because of I usually bring like two Douglas along with me, and my Michelle has like Super Brave Burst, and but everybody else has Super Brave Burst, so I don't really need extra battle crystal field. But what I've been playing with is using the Leorone, and he can actually, if I use him as the leader, I can actually do more damage, and I can actually still like continue my Infinite Brave chain. So I think Leorone is he's here to stay, and I wouldn't like if I had to choose between like him and Michelle, just based on my team. My team is usually a crit team, so I would bring a Michelle and I'll put him on the bench. But if for some reason, if I were to bring in like a Gra, then I would put Michelle on the bench and I would take out my Leorone. But it just depends on your team. Like because if you bring in a Gra, you're already planning on having a team that gonna be in like a long battle. So the thing is, you might need extra defense too. But the thing is, you bring like Michelle along, that you're expecting your team to wipe out everything in 1-2 turns. So it depends on what you bring on your team. But for Gravion, I don't like him. Like I saw him and I saw him Tesla, and I looked at the skill, and their leader skills are like really similar, really similar. But the thing is, this guy he seems like he's like the all attack version of Tesla, and Tesla is like the all defense version. But I actually have like 8 golems. So I have 8 golems in my inventory right now.
Wow.
And the thing is, I love like how like this guy like I can already feel like he can hit really hard. But the thing is, somehow they nerfed his like recovery so low for some reason. So he actually has like pretty hard time like healing. But I can see that he can hit really hard. But the thing is, I think I would use him when I'm like playing around, I guess. Then I would bring him and just like playing on a thunder map or something. Like you bring him and then you play around. But I don't think I'm gonna level him to 6-star anytime soon. But my Leorone, he's already 6-star, and I'm already experimenting with him. And I found out that he's actually more fun than a Felnius. So I'm using him to help me with my Infinite BB chain. And yeah, and 6-star Centaur, I'm still deciding. I think one of these days when I have like spare evolution items or spare money, I might level him. But until then, he's just going to be at 5-star max right now. So.
We are going to answer everyone's question. Nanopus and then Shun. We will do a brief recap of Mare. Sunk will answer your question. And then, yeah. Okay, so first we have Nanopus who asks, would Leorone have more impact with Ruza's release? Anyone want to tackle that?
Well, I think the thing with that is Leorone is, I think right now, since we don't know how long that's going to be, Leorone is still going to be good. Comparing them side by side, it's really difficult in my opinion because number one, I just think I'd still have to give it to Leorone because he gives attack, defense, and recovery buffs to your entire team. And like I said before, like Red Frontier is a like more of a like team composition. And the fact that he gives 3 buffs to your entire team, and you can still use like your BB spam team with it. So I think like spamming more and having the safety of being able to survive as well as deal more damage consistently with Leorone is probably better than even though Ruza has like insane amount of hits and like weaknesses on his Super Brave Burst, like he gives status effects. Even though he hits like for I think 28 or 30, I think it's 28. I still think that he'll be more useful as a unit that's not your leader in a sense, because I think Leorone and Ruza Like they're like interchangeable, but I'd still like for me. I don't know about you guys, but I'd pick Leora.
Okay, we're gonna tackle some more questions. Draython asks a while back. I just saw it. Eric versus Dia. What will you pick? Lance.
Eric versus Dia.
Yes.
Um, well, the thing is, of course, you're gonna take Dia because Dia's 6-star actually has a chance, you know. But the thing is, Eric's 6-star, like Eric's 6-star, like even if you get like you're still screwed, you know. But with Dia, if you get Dia, like when she gets her 6-star, you know, it's finally, oh, okay, now you're good, you know. But yeah, so with Eric, you're just like screwed, and then you have like no chance for any future. So yeah, of course, you'll take Dia over Eric.
Okay. Another question by Untalent Lol. Would you recommend 5-star lock as a mono Thunder Spark team? Nova, what do you
Oh
think?
God.
Mono
Oh God.
Thunder Spark. You're putting the words thunder and spark in the same sentence. That's not actually going to come in for a while. I think Xvel, when he comes out, like the Kirin unit, uh, he's the only one that actually can like hit like the highest. Like I'm gonna actually I can check like thunder units wise, the amount of hits on their super brave burst, and looking at it, like I don't see anything higher basically than like right now at least I don't see anything higher than loaded, which is 14, and to be quite honest with you, 14 isn't too high. And that's on super brave burst. If we're talking about brave burst, like units that only like we get up to like I think it's like 10 on like Elso. And if you're talking about a Thunder Spark team, it's gonna be really difficult to make one. So like just in general, I would advise against like a Thunder Spark team. But if you had to choose, I guess Lock would be okay to put that in. But if you're talking about like a Rainbow team, then I guess it's more doable.
Okay. To address Sung's question, he asks, why is Cygnus number 1? I think this question will probably fit Nova better, but I'll answer it. Because I'm thinking his 6-star form, which should be released soon, I think. And at his 6-star form, he has really high attack, like 2201 base attack, and I don't think none of the water units come close to that, I don't think. So 2200 base
Yeah.
attack. And then his Super Brave Burst increases attack of water units for 3 turns. So pretty nice, I think, for a mono water team. What do you think, Nova? Because I know you really like Cygnus. Like you have Cygnus everywhere.
Yeah, Cygnus just looks really awesome for me. When it first came out, like that was like the best looking unit for me personally, like art wise. But putting that aside, now that we do have the Vargas Legendary Vortex, you really need to run like Cygnus to mitigate like fire damage. And once you get your 6-star form, it'll make clearing with less gems for people a lot easier because you'll be able to kill with the water mono team faster. And I think by then we'll also have 6-star Tesla, so you'll actually have consistent like defense like every 6 turns with your like Elimo buff and your Tesla buff going off. So like once again, like Vargas is probably the hardest fire content we have right now, and that'll probably help you get the Vargas dungeon. Also, somebody brought up that you spelled Vargas wrong. It's supposed to be with an A, I think.
Oh, did I spell it wrong? Where do you? Oh, okay. Well, we'll change that.
Like I just like I looked at it too, and I was like, oh. Also, injury. I forgot about the injury. Injury is OP. I'd say it's the second best status ailment you can inflict.
We have a question. I'll give this one to Lance. Who's the best Thunder type for a Rainbow team right now, other than Loden?
Oh, so you can't use Loden. Okay, another type. So you guys are probably thinking about the Thunder Showdown. So Thunder Showdown, there's actually quite a few lists out there already. But people, if you're thinking about Thunder Showdown, you actually want a leader that can actually help your team. So a lot of people are saying, oh, I want to use Loden because Thunder units are horrible at hit count, so it's really hard to generate like BB battle crystals and gain BB. So a lot of people, they're thinking about using Loden, but if you don't have a Loden, I think the next step would probably be something like a Ez, where it can get bonus HP.
Yeah,
And if not for an Ez,
he
then
does say
maybe a unit.
Sorry, he does say like a rainbow team, but
Rainbow team?
doesn't that limit to like one option? Like a rainbow team?
Rainbow team. Yeah, if you can't use Loden for a rainbow team, then let's see. This is probably going to be the arena, right? Or is it going to be questing?
I think if it's like, if you were to have a rainbow team, what Thunder unit would you put in? It doesn't, and you can't use those.
If you were to have a rainbow team,
Something
what
like
Thunder
that,
unit
yeah.
would you put in it? I don't know. I'm really biased towards Rena. I love Rena right now, so I'm probably gonna put Arena in there. The thing is, Locke has that really powerful attack, but the thing is, it's really hard to spark up her. And I'm the type of person who likes like a lot of sparks, a lot of hit counts. So I'm probably gonna go with Rena. And yeah, even though I know that she's maybe might not be as strong as some other units, I'm gonna go with her because the thing is, I know that Rena, she has decent hit count, she has paralyzed, and pretty soon she's gonna get her 6-star. So I would just put in my team and then have her max out and then be ready for when I get my her 6-star. So, but the thing is, I think everyone once Uda comes, you can fill that spot with Uda for your Thunder unit, and then you'll be fine. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna use Arena. I love Arena. So.
What if he only has a rainbow team? Like, would you actually pick Bran as a leader?
Yeah, it's only
that's fine.
That's the only choice.
It's one unit.
Yeah. Okay. Because he was saying like phrases it in a way that like if I only have like a rainbow team, like what? But then there's only one option other than Loden, which is Bran. So.
Yeah. So there's only 2 of them. So.
Draython asks, what is your opinion on the other legendary vortexes, such as Selena or Ease? All right, we're going to address that question after we answer this question, which you see on the bottom left. Should free-to-play players summon on this batch of units, meaning this batch, the Leoron, the Bordabegia, and, the other unit? What do you think, the Golem? Should you summon as a free-to-play player?
I actually think yes. Because the thing is, these units are out now, and our predicting before was a lot easier. So, comparatively, I'd have to say you should summon because Leoron is Beast. He's really good to have. If you don't get him and you get the Boarded Begia Centaur, as we call him for that set, it's still really good because those 2 as leaders can collectively bring you a lot of friends because they're really useful. Like you can use them for any team, and even though you might not get their full benefit, you still get a really like individually those units can really stand by themselves. Golem, like even though he's like bad, he's still better than like older units because like I said before, I think his specialty is just like wiping like a team just straight up. So if you get him, like he's not the best, but like that's because he's mixed in with like Leoron and Centaur. And when if you're talking about the entire set as a whole, which includes Lyra, Tesla, and Elsel, then definitely yes. And if you need if you want to wait until those 3 come out, I think if you pull any one of those 3, those are all solid units. So you should definitely get summon on that if you don't like these 3. So I'd say yes.
So well remember this is a decision by all 3 of us. So Lance, are you saying yes as well?
For which batch? The
current batch.
The
current one
Leoron
with
set.
Golem and stuff. Yeah, I think I would summon them if you don't have them right now. You guys say yes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would summon them. Like if I didn't have a Libra right now, I think I would try to summon for him. But I have 3 of them. That's why I don't summon him. But I would try to summon for him if I didn't have them. So yeah.
Yep.
I
Basically,
also,
on average, like we would summon, like if we didn't have any of these units, or even if we had like some, on average, we would summon on this set.
Yeah.
I agree. Either this set or the next set, the Elsel batch. Well, it's the same set, but the Elsel
Yeah,
release Tesla.
it depends on like what you're looking for as well.
Yeah, but this is definitely a set that you should summon on if you're looking to get new units. Okay, would running Cygnus as a leader, 2 Cygnus, 1 Tiara, and 1 Felneus work in the Vargas event?
Because I actually did try running a water mono team in Vargas level 3. I'm not sure it would work for level 2 because level 2 is different. But
Sorry,
as far
1
as level
Saren.
3 goes,
Saren as leader, sorry.
oh, Saren. Saren, no, I don't think you. The thing with the 50% attack boost is you need to survive, and with that you need. I like if you were to run Cygnus, I definitely say Cygnus would be better. Get that as a friend, and if you have a Felneus, you should actually probably use your Felneus as leader because you the thing is, if you're facing like one unit, it's really hard to get your Brave Burst back up. So you actually do need both the damage mitigation and the battle crystal increase. And if you don't have either an Elmo or a Tesla, I'd really advise going in to level 3 of that. But if you have both, it's easier to clear with a lot less gems. But I think the way it's structured right now, since we don't have like the newest 6-star units, like I could see using like a 6-star Raiden, 6-star Felnia, 6-star Tesla, 6-star Elmo, 6-star Cygnus, like that would make the Vargas dungeon a lot easier. But since we don't have that, yeah, like it's still difficult to clear without gems.
Okay. Chocolate Bun asks, I fused my Libra 2 months ago. Was that a bad choice? And since we just said that free-to-play users should summon on this batch.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, you should have kept them.
Yeah. It's like the thing before was like a lot of people thought that like buffer units were like bad because they didn't attack. But the thing is, like, buffer units were actually still good because they affected your entire team and they lasted for 3 turns. So even though you're losing an attack, I think getting the buff was still really good. And Leoron, like, I don't get why you'd fuse him away. He buffs 3 things, and the buff isn't like small; it's actually pretty big. So yeah, his stats are crazy too, crazy high.
There's also a question by Arvin Manahan. Is Guardian Leoron good? Absolutely. Probably one of the best typing for Leoron.
Yeah.
I think for mana, like his list, he lists a Lord as second best behind Anima, but I think I would actually take a Guardian before a Lord. So on Leoron.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have another question by Frankie. Who's better, Lyra or Kikuri at 6-star? Lyra for Arena, yes.
Yeah, they both have different uses. So Kikuri is like she's better for questing, but she's still pretty scary in the arena because a lot of people equip angelic foils. So Kikuri's gonna have a fun time just one-shotting them. You know, if they get like they might get one shot. Like I've actually my Sirens with angelic foils that have actually got one shot by that Kikuri team in the arena, and so. It's pretty hard. Just regular hits. I'm not talking about favors, just like regular hits.
Okay, so a couple more questions and then we're going to do the giveaway. What should I prepare? What should I do to prepare for the next Frontier Hunter? Now, this is a question I think more suited for you guys. I'm not sure what we can expect for the next Frontier Hunter. Do you guys know what to expect? Any new units that we should get, prepare for? What do you guys think? The next Frontier Hunter.
Yeah. Speaking from what I've noticed and like The way it is basically you want to get the most points, and the way that I was able to get the most points was actually consistency, and that's clearing terminus every single time, like with units. So I think if like I know a lot of people still wouldn't have like 5 Douglas or like multiple Douglas teams to clear terminus, but I think Leon and Bordebegia are really big, as well as Tesla, in terms of survivability. Because with Bordebegia, I think the crit damage and the fact that it acts like a Felnius really helps your Brave Bursts to get up so you can either clear faster, so that means you'll take less damage, or you'll actually be able to get your Brave Burst on your like healer or your defense giver like Zelvin. So what I noticed was that for this Frontier Hunter, like a unit that I was using a lot was Zelvin, just because I was able to consistently clear. Because he was able to hit, and he gives an insane defense buff, which means like I take like no damage the next 3 turns, and that helped me like consistently clear Terminus. And like that'll if as long as I think like if you can clear Terminus this time around, you are able to get like over 1,000,000 points. So definitely survivability is like really useful, as well as like BB giving units. And the thing that gives Lero and probably leader slot is that he can buff your entire team on all fronts, and for longer fights, which is like what Terminus. Because I've seen people like live for like 5, 6, 7, 8 turns in Terminus, like burning through potions and whatnot. So your Leron would definitely help you kill them faster, as well as help you survive. And Tesla, obviously, because of the insane damage reduction. So out of like the most recent set, those are like 3 units you should get up for that. If you're looking to clear like Terminus.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Lance, you have a opinion?
I said something earlier. I said that like for future Terminus, will we get like different mobs? And Nova, did you say that we're gonna keep the same mobs, or did you say that we're gonna get different mobs?
We're keeping the same mobs for Terminus, but the mobs that are gonna change. So like Frontier Hunter Terminus 6, we get a set list of units, but every time we go to Terminus, we'll be fighting the same units. I'm not sure which units are going to be in it though, but it's like the same set of units you have to fight each time, so that will be consistent.
Okay. Okay. So it's not like random. Okay, I thought that you meant that we're not fighting like the same set we just fought, but I was watching the like Ushi's run, and I was like, hey, but aren't they gonna have like Tilos as boss like really soon? You know, in the next 1 or 2. So yeah, but it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay.
All right, we're gonna run through these. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sorry. All right, we're gonna run through these questions really quickly. Knife Citizen asks, "What is your opinion of Ruza Tier versus Douglas?" Ruza Tier versus Douglas.
Tier?
Oh, probably the Ruza set, right? The set?
Oh.
Or the unit? All right, what do you think Ruza versus Douglas?
Okay. I use a lot of Douglas. Like in my last Frontier Hunter, I use 3 Douglas. So I went Graw, 3 Douglas, Michelle, and Belnius, and that's how I got my high score. Like I think it was like 1.9, like almost 2 million. It was like 1.9 something, and almost 2 million. And the trick for the last Frontier Hunter was being able to keep up your Brave Burst against 3 enemies, and that was the way you won. Because the lock, she was immune to crit. So crit team, like when they reached her, it was like you took like a few extra turns just to kill the lock. But I ran with Graw, 3 Douglas, Michelle, and Vilnius, and that's how I was pretty consistent, like run after run. But the thing is, if you compare Douglas to Ruza, I think the main like both of them are really similar, but the main difference is that Ruza has like a lot higher stats compared to Douglas, and I think that's like the biggest difference between both of them. Is this Ruza is the Douglas that has like better stats, and in the future stats is really going to matter because there's going to be like you're going to be fighting like bosses like all the time, and they're going to be able to kill you in 1 turn. Like you basically have to bring like a 6-star Tesla and be able to like use your shield like every single round if you can. So if you have higher stats, that means you have more HP, more defense, and you hit harder. So basically, I think the biggest difference between Ruza and Douglas is that Ruza gonna be like the version 2.0 of Douglas that's gonna have similar hit counts but be tougher and have better stats. So yeah, he's gonna take over Douglas.
Okay. Another question: how useful are the BVs in this batch for their attack conversion stats aside? BVs for their attack conversion. I think if you're looking at the numbers, like they do quite a bit of damage, right? The single targets or the random targets, they do quite a bit of damage, but I'm just not a fan of their Brave Burst at all. So, not useful. Another question, what about Lord Leoron? In my opinion, Leoron, any type is good on him. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I think he's the third best type for him. Anima, Guardian, and Lord.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay. If you had to choose one unit from the new units, what would you choose? This is a question by Drathon. Easy for me. The only 3 I gave was Themis, so Themis for me. Nova? Themis?
Yeah, for me, I'd probably say Themis, because like she's a healer and she gives the dark buff, and she, in terms of usefulness for me, I can actually see her using her against Maxwell and like the light arena vortex. So like, yeah, Themis.
All right, Lance, defend your 3 for Dia.
Yeah, I think Dia's a better character, but the thing is, I don't see myself using her as much as my Graw and my Zebras. So I think if I had to choose, it'll just be based on a unit that looks good. So I'll get Lucina, and I'll just level her, and yeah.
Oh, Lucina, really?
I'll get Lucina, yeah. Because the thing is, I'll just get Lucina, not just for usefulness, but just for looks.
Just for looks? Oh man, okay.
Then why don't you get Bran? Because clearly by looks, like he gets a 5-star from the viewers.
Or Themis, of course. Themis.
Yeah.
You guys, if you can choose any unit you want, right? So any unit I want, and I would probably get Lucina, yeah. And,
okay.
And you guys see me when I'm farming like attack BB fathers in the desert. Lucina, you guys will see me be using her in the farming for attack beaters in the Kagan desert.
Okay. Okay, so quickly, we're going to talk about Mare. Now, this was a unit released in the last major update. Her leader skill like does double damage or something like that to weak elements.
I think I was looking at her, and the thing is, like none of us have reached Mare yet, so we don't even have a mirror. But the thing is, one of my friend has a mirror, and I've been playing around with it. But I think if you use for example, if you use like a 2 zebras, you get 750% damage. But if you use like a zebra and a mirror, I believe, if I remember correctly, you get around 1,100% damage. I think that was the what they wrote down on Bird's calculation, damage calculation. So yeah, you hit really hard if you use like both of them. So so I think Mirror is a great unit. What I want to do is, right now that the water dungeon is really difficult. So people are saying, oh, you sure you want to start everything, but your team is so OP. So I actually want to try with double mirrors and Therans, like 4 Therans and double mirrors. And I just want to see how it goes. I'm probably not going to win, but I want to see how far I can get. And the Vargas is just like a free team. So yeah, I think that's something interesting to see if you can actually win just doing that. So.
Got a question for you, Nova.
Okay.
Where do you farm support BB fodders?
So like a lot of people have been asking me where I farm support BB fodders, and I'm gonna say I have to still go with Puppeteer of the Trees, which is in Mistral. That's the Earth stage. And the reason why I go there is because like I can get all types of BB fodder, but I'm really targeting support. Because it's really difficult to just farm for support fodder. Because I know I'll still probably get like attack fodder, I'll get like random evo materials, but like on average, I'd say like I got like a lot of decent support units from that stage, and it's only 3 energy. And I know everybody has access to that stage because it's like Mistral, and if you can't pass Mistral, you shouldn't be farming for BB fodder anyway. So like I'd say like for me, that's where I go.
Okay,
Oh,
what
yeah,
do
as far as Mare